Is that it?
Destiny 2 The Final Sharpie is the most game of all time. It sets out to answer the question, what would happen if game developers in their dark, dingy corners had rights? Originally envisioned as part of one grand finale to the Light and Dark saga back in 2021, this epic conclusion was eventually split into two parts, Lightfall and The Final Shape, to be released in 2023 and 2024 respectively. Why, you may ask? My theory is one day a bunch of Bungie executives were in the boardroom and were like,
"Howdy dandy, business lads. We business gotta make more business money this business year. We business..."
Don't have anything else, and I don't know why the fuck I keep using this voice. God, Timothy, you're right. We have to offer the
gamers
something else. Well, Dale, if you look on a calendar, 2024 is 10 years after 2014.
Whoa. This is big brain time.
When we first launched Destiny. 10, gentlemen. 10. 10. 10. 10. And so that brings us to 2024, the year of our Lord and Savior, the loving touch of a woman. Because if you play Destiny, you will never be saved by this. But Hasler, I hear you ask, how could I possibly understand what's happening in the final milkshake if I've never played Dusty Knee before? Well, I'm glad you asked, you absolute buffoon. You don't need a 10-hour Byf video explaining the deep intricacies of the story and lore behind the entire universe. I am better than Byf. All you need to know is what happens in Lightfall first, and apparently, Destiny takes considerable influence from... I also know this because Luke Smith told me. The light side of the Force, the light. The dark side of the Force, the darkness. Copyright infringement lawsuit, Bungie. Erectile dysfunction, me! So, if Destiny comes from Star Wars, and Star Wars is a soap opera according to failed Santa Claus usurper George Lucas, then that means... Oi, Cloud Destroyers, I'm Osiris, get up, those Alpo and Pairs and stop the witness, we gotta save the Traveler, innit? Oi, Gallus, go suck your mum like I did to her snatcher on the fucking farm foods! Would you like unconsensual bottom surgery?
I finally understand Destiny.
Now you're all caught up to speed. This brings us to Destiny 2, The Final Shallot. Is it a good game? Is the story good? How is the Pale Heart environment? How is the raid? How will I ever satisfy a woman? Our story begins when our ship enters the Traveler and crash lands on the border between space and the Pale Heart. As I look out on the wondrous expanse before me, my only question is, does rocks explode on impact? With our feet on the ground, it's up to us to make our way through the boundary, facing down the Witness's forces, learning mechanics from a Pantheon encounter that has forever scarred my psyche.
Fuck you!
15 fucking runs of this fucking encounter! Fuck this guy! I never want to touch this fucking encounter again!
We brave the terrifying forces of Taken, shoot the shiny bulbs, and endure having to hear divine sex on comms. It is also here that we face the real final boss of Destiny.
What a day. You look lonely. I can fix that. You look like a good job.
Guardian down.
Guardian, I don't think we can win this fight.
We make our way through when we're greeted with the Traveler's vision.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance!
But that ambulance being used in both light and dark in equal measure. Prismatic, the fancy new subclass that is both kinds of subclass. And it has been balanced and fair and fun to use.
Oh, Jesus.
And not at all broken the game in any conceivable way.
We want it to feel a little broken.
The whole cutscene is a bounty of symbolism that would make your English teacher violently finish. Waking up, we find ourselves inside the Traveler backrooms and make our way towards a portal by walking on transparent plates, lifted from Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones. Good, by the way, Ubisoft, please don't fail the Sands of Time remake, I fucking beg of you. And through that portal, we finally emerge and see the Traveler from the inside. Lush, green forestry shrouded along structural artifices of memory from days long since past. I'm just fucking with you. There's a waterfall and the first thing the Traveler tells us to do is take a fucking shower. Going further, we find ourselves in the remnants of the old Destiny 1 tower and finally make our acquaintance with Destiny's new enemy faction, the Dread. They include the Grim, flying bats that give you baby driver syndrome.
He's got tinnitus.
Tormentors, the same enemies that were introduced in Lightfall. And finally, subjugators, of which there are two. Strand ones, which are actually real bros that can pull you to them to kill them faster. And there are the stasis subjugators, insufferable cunts of my existence which fuel my fucking rage and boil my fucking blood so much that I wish they would all fucking die in a—
Why are you still alive? Why don't you just die already? Just die.
After clearing out the Dread, we face off against the boss that didn't take me 2 hours to beat on Legendary. And we get our first non-combat cutscene featuring my guardian, White Boy 47. And is that music?
It's coming.
Investigating the source, we see Cade 6 again, alive and well, after previously being in the big oof in the sky since 2018's Forsaken DLC.
Huh? What you doing? You gonna shoot me in front of everybody?
But is now seducing us with his harmonica playing. Who's to say it didn't work? After critiquing our boots, fucker, Cade tells us how he woke up in the Traveler in the first place and explains it's in pain because of the witness's actions at the very center.
Dante.
He says it's the witness trying to enact the final shape, which is turning all life into amber stone because it has so many hands and it wants to give everyone handjobs.
Yes.
Establishing our base with White Boy 47's ghost as our vendor, we venture into the Pale Heart in search of Crow, a gentrified Hot Topic consumer that was cucked by his own face.
And nothing can go wrong.
Oh, these aren't homemade. They were made in a factory. A bomb factory. They're bomb.
Who is now exploring dark caves in order to satisfy his newfound sexual lust for statues. Unfortunately, he made the mistake of not double teaming with his ghost, Glint. That is where we come in to deliver Glint and the missing loop the light provides. And on our way, we find out the witness has been attempting to encourage Crow's statue kink. It tries tempting him with kinghood, even attempting to possess our ghost so it could persuade him better.
It's in my mind, trying to tear me apart.
You are tearing me apart!
Coming across Crow, we find him trying to hear the statue dirty talk, only for Glint to rightfully call him out on being left out from the threesome.
He doesn't get to make those decisions for me.
Crow apologizes and swears off the statues, and the two simply make up and the mission ends. What's cool about this story mission, and something that can be seen again and again throughout the campaign, is Bungie's insistence that its player base have an IQ above 0. More mechanics, more clocks, more ways for you to actually play the game beyond just killing things. They ask the players to ask themselves, what if Hugh's brain?
Women that are 44, 45.
Next, we go in search of Ikora, a pensive, repressed book nerd, but instead of gone sexual, has gone gone. After some puzzles, we find her crashed ship and then find her chilled the fuck out. In fact, she has chilled so the fuck out that I've been delegated the entire combat encounter. Ikora, please, you're not a McDonald's manager. Do not delegate everything to me and peace the fuck out. Please, I beg you, help us. After our victory, however, Ikora finally snaps out of it.
Thank you, Guardian. I thought that maybe here, maybe the Traveler.
Ikora explains the final shape that the witness wants,
There it is!
as well as how the environments are manifestations of our own thoughts and psyche. As we progress the story and navigate the environment, we start to see how the witness has changed the Traveler's pastoral environment into a nightmarish reflection of its many-minded psyche. Of its many hands,
Yes.
this?
And the frightening question us mortals dare ask upon seeing this desecration is, Ayo, who's getting the best head? Oh look, it's me and my mate when the Uber Eats is here. On a serious note, the environment artists just do not miss. Everyone, critic or fan of Bungie, sings praises for the environment and art direction team, and for good reason. The environments in every Destiny expansion have always been top class, and whether it's the Traveler's pastoral biome or the Witness's Damien Hirst simp world, that doesn't change here in the final shape. Everyone say thank you, environment artists. After a touching reunion between Ikora and Cade,
Sounds straight to me.
the last one to find is Zavala, another bold and stoic leader, but this time burdened by the pressures of being a widowed hold up, fuck, I forgot to rally.
There is but one way of honor. I must kill myself.
And so, we fight alongside Unfortunately, we arrive only to find that he has also become stone sexual, even going so far as to hold hands with his dead wife's stony simulacrum. Zavala, please, listen to some sad songs, crash at your friend's place, post on Reddit so some guy can also choose to fuck your dead wife. This is not a healthy coping mechanism. I know. I would have hit it too.
Taj, you're not helping!
After Zavala fails to find sexual release in Cade.
Gay.
The gang has a friendly campfire chat where Crow longs over his late love interest.
She soldiered on. She...
Being the incel that he is, Zavala walks off in a huff, leaving us, Cade, and Crow to climb Mount Everest for our midpoint escapade. Ayo, if I don't make this, my birth was a mistake.
My favorite video games are Banjo-Kazooie, Super Mario, oh, fuck!
Have you ever thought about killing yourself?
It's here that Crow finally explains that Cade was brought back not by the Traveler, but by a horny dragon. And they resolve to keep it secret from the Vanguard. These two and their dynamic are easily the most entertaining aspect of the expansion. Their banter and camaraderie in the face of Oblivion and their own personal history is the most engaging character writing I've seen in a while from Destiny. Also, they're really gay. After making our way up further, encountering that boss of fine motor coordination, we make quick work of the boss at the summit. Finally entering a new area modeled after our very first res in the Cosmodrome, where we get our new super, and find out that every Titan is actually a clone of Gimli.
You have my sword. And you have my bow.
And my axe.
With this new power in hand, we set out to commune with the Traveler, and after a couple lost sectors, Cade receives a vision that tells him to fucking kill himself. With no relief in sight, Zavala gets so sexually frustrated that he lashes out at Ikora. No! It's okay bro, we've all been there. But after remaining literally blue balls compared to everyone else, he gives into temptation and seeks out the Witness's hands, leading us on a wild chase after him.
What the hell?
Where are they? Where are they? Where are they?
I got drowned out!
Spread it. However, we fail to make it in time as Zavala stands at the brain rot barrier separating being fucking normal and
the cum zone.
Is this the handjob store? Commander, you come to us to empty your balls. We too sought the silent god for relief, but all it could offer was more Ohio.
No. Lies. We came with it.
So we sought its opposite, and found meaning in edging until we brought order to our unruly senses. Your Traveler had no tolerance for our Giat, and we had no tolerance for its Sigma. We would force breaking our edging streak from it.
What was gooned can be ungooned. Meet us where we baited ourselves.
Like and subscribe. Fortunately, Taj stands up to the Witness's depravity, but gets sundanced thanks to... Now lightless, Zavala encourages us to finally confront the Witness head-on in the final mission, Iconoclasm. You'd think after so much time with the campaign I'd be a bit more goated, but that cursed boss of...
Hazard, my dear, I mean this in the nicest possible way.
But you fucking suck! 'Cause sometimes I look in her eyes and that's where I...
Thankfully, however, not even Dyspraxic can save a boss from a god roll.
Okay, alright, okay, that's good. That's good! It's enough!
Edge Transit go brrrr. After a climb, we finally make it to the Witness, enjoying a challenging boss fight, where Cade even steps up to the occasion as the most competent Vanguard leader, by killing us instead.
Double kill. Triple kill.
But instead of guns, we use Big Sword to save the day, rendering statue sexuality extinct in the process, with us barely making our escape by the skin of our teeth.
My leg!
I had so many sharp objects chucked at me, I thought I was in fucking Croydon. Despite our nail-biting escape, the Witness wasn't fully defeated. That wouldn't come until the final campaign mission, Excision, was unlocked, and that wouldn't happen until the raid, Salvation's Edge, was first completed.
Hello, I'm Forrest Gump.
At first, it seemed like I made a mistake.
Leading up to Salvation's Edge, there was an unprecedented 3-day gap between the Final Shape launch and the raid's release. In every previous Destiny expansion, there used to be a whole 2 weeks between the expansion and the raid going online. But this time, Bungie simply said, fucking get good. Even if you have error codes and we throw in a downtime hours before the raid, you fucking slowpokes. In that moment, we were all speedrunners, trying to get everything up to the power level necessary so we could be prepared for Salvation's Edge. Which was gonna break our fucking kneecaps anyway by having everyone 25 levels underpowered during contest mode. In this contest mode, the prestigious and life-changing goal everyone wanted was a contest clear. Essentially beating the raid within 2 days while being artificially underleveled. This was a monumental and Herculean undertaking, but one that would endow anyone with a call emblem, unlimited Riz, and cure my erectile dysfunction.
Some other bullshit I don't remember.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
My friend Hyper, a proper sweat at this game, with his contest clear for Root of Nightmares, had his own thoughts about our goal. So yeah, what do you think about the raid? We got a shot for contest?
Honestly, it'll be a challenge for sure. For sure, yeah, but I think as long as we stay focused, get plenty of sleep, take breaks and stay determined, I think we'll get the clear.
We're fucked over here!
Soon enough, you realize Bungie named it Salvation's Edge because with our unearned confidence after the scandal that was Nezzygate, Bungie made it their mission to edge the player base from victory. The problems began with the first encounter, Orange Ping Pong. When my first group and I began, we thought we were Datto reincarnated, when actually, we were Patricks. Our first theory was that the orange triangles appearing in our places were the energy sources needed to power the place in the rooms. This was in fact the boss hurting us mechanic.
Now that's a lot of damage!
We believed our theory longer than we should have.
Your call cannot be completed.
We also thought the subjugators were entirely natural spawns in the rooms that we had to kill to progress the encounter.
Oh, I'm gonna scream!
The actual way this encounter worked was ping pong.
Holy fuck! I'm coming! Ah!
You boop orange light between plates, collect shapes, and shoot the conductor with a dunk in the goth cube. As you can guess, we sadly never made it past encounter 1. However, for me, I
would not be deterred
and had a second coordinated team to try encounter 1 again. Unfortunately, with morale draining, I was left with desperate measures and resorted to the LFG Discord.
Wow, that worked.
The second encounter, or as I like to call it, the first Datto skill check, was where the problems really began.
Get fucked!
This encounter is home to the Herald of Finality, a suspiciously Tanix-like boss that can summon half the fire team to literally drown in his taken balls.
Do you want to play with my
balls?
You're making a mistake! I'll give you anything, please!
Do you want to play with my balls?
The arena is split into 3 plates, each with its own ping pong place like in the first encounter.
What?
With half of the fire team staying behind to shoot taken balls and clear ads.
Let's fucking go.
While the other half are called into the center to deal with Taniks and his Shadow Realm balls. Before shooting his head because he's thinking too hard. Heading back to the plate to collect the same shape resonances that matches the shape of the conductor to shape the shape and shape our fate in the final shape. After you close the conductor, you dunk your resonances and DPS the boss with swords. This is all a lot bigger ask than it sounds for contest mode.
TikTok, let's do it. TikTok.
Each mechanic and each damage phase has to be perfect. There is no space for mistakes. If you were Sweaty McSweatface, you might have a chance for that elusive emblem. Speaking of sweats, I decided to check up on my friend Hyper to see how he was doing. You see, Hyper is extremely goated, with a long list of accomplishments to his name, and while I wasn't expecting a clear already, I knew he would still be in good spirit.
I've been on the second encounter for 12 hours because I'm dummy dick and the clap my ass cheeks keep learn the herald.
Guys, I think I might be cooked here. After leaving him to his tears and returning to my LFG, unfortunately, I found that their will to live was also vanishing, and they gave up. But I am not like most raiders. I never give up. I never back down. I never run around. I'm fucking Rick Astley. So, with my LFG disbanded and time running short, I took a break having a suspiciously sexually charged KFC. Keep in mind, this meal was my first break in 16 hours and lasted 10 minutes. After this meaty fuel, I jumped right back in and found a group of alpha sweats who'd done things like solo Flawless Legend Outbreak.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think they'd understand.
However, remember how I said that sexually charged KFC was my first break in 16 hours? Well, it turns out I am not the second coming of gaming Jesus, and exhaustion was very much settling in by the time I found these sweats to potentially get past second encounter with. Time is a blur during contest mode, and the only feeling is how the pressure is on. I realized if I got the sleep I needed, I would only have 12 hours to get through third, fourth, and the raid's fifth and final encounter. This would be physically impossible, especially when even Hyper spent 12 hours on Poundland Taniks alone. This meant I knew I had to keep going with the sweats I found. But despite being as exhausted as a Bungie community manager tweeting during Pride Month, I finally found a solid group that were as determined and hungry for the emblem. The exhaustion turned me into a fucking kindergarten. The deaths really started to pile up, but this time, exclusively of the me variety.
Get it together, Harry, what the fuck?
Very quickly, I became the peak of the raid, and if we weren't wiping because of me, they were rezzing because of me.
Guardian down.
Thank you for saving me. God, this practice kill me.
As a result, they stuck around for a grand total of
an hour and a half
before I found myself back in orbit.
Tomskar's Law!
This is where my will finally broke and every fibre of Braveheart left my body, and I took the difficult and heartbreaking decision to sleep, calling it for contest.
I should get some sleep.
The Salvation's Edge raid on contest mode was one of, if not the most grueling raid that the community ever faced. It took 19 hours for the first team to clear.
19 hours to beat the raid. That's fucking terrible.
And if you were mentally unwell enough to be one of the 3,305 Guardians who unlocked the emblem so many of us chased, then congratulations. You can now join any LFG under the fucking sun.
What's happening? What is it?
The
circle, which means we now have a triangle and another triangle making a pyramid.
This
you have
place.
completed a
Math! I am not really a math.
With contest over and my pride thoroughly destroyed, I was left with no choice but to complete it on standard. For this, I reunited with my first team.
You call us winner. We are not.
Dude, oh my god, dude.
Oh my. This can't be real.
I need to sit down.
This changes literally this changes everything.
I know. Okay.
And as we breezed past the first two encounters that were the bane of thousands just hours before, we found ourselves at the third encounter. My team filled me with the confidence that maybe we could clear the raid that night. My team filled me with the confidence that we wouldn't clear the raid that night. Encounter 3 is arguably the most simple of the 5 encounters within the raid, continuing the ping-ponging and dunking of the first 2. And that's it. That's literally the third encounter. You just dunk and continue forward and you're winner. Thanks, Bungie. This brief respite from the mechanical insanity leads into the fourth encounter, where... Oh, this is that one. Verity.
Die.
Dissect it. Sorry, I just think I'm too stupid to understand this.
No, please, not me! Why me?
It should have been me!
What the hell?
Huh? If you thought the first 3 encounters were mechanic heavy and inscrutable, then does Verity fucking wipe the floor with you.
So why?
This infamous, insane puzzle encounter, often cited as a spiritual successor to The Vault in the Last Wish raid, was the second Datto skill check during day 1, and was even as far as Hyper made it in contest. Actually, hold up, let me check on him. Even the most elite of PvE players on contest, Datto, Aztecross, Nerva, spent around 10 hours each stuck here.
Yeah, that's my shoulder.
This one encounter demolished any sense of hope and sanity in those who made it here on contest. Even on standard...
Pimp, can we watch something else?
It's about to get really good. It's about to get really good. Trust me.
The whole encounter is just geometry theory, but man, am I bad at maths. I still don't even understand it myself, despite doing its mechanics. Instead, I'm going to link Datto's video in the description, where you can find and watch it yourselves. Because
Eyes up, Harry. It is I, your ghost, and you are my guardian. And I just don't understand why you still don't understand Verity. Instead, you're just lazily linking Datto's guide in your videos. It's just got me so upset. All the time. You play and you die and I res you and yet you die again and again and you just don't understand. I have talked to Ikora, I've talked to Cade, talked to everyone. How do we make Harry better? But you just don't get it, do you? Well, it's my function to take care of you, show you the way, always res you when you die, but sometimes you make it very difficult. Step up your game, please. Practice, maybe. A little bit more. You'll let your clan down if you don't. Come on. Step up. Or I might be forced to do something that I would never do. And just let you lie there. For eternity. It's not my function, but it's better than living in your backpack. Come on. Be better. Sheesh.
Finally, that brings us to the 5th and final encounter, the Witness. Something you have to bear in mind here is that the Witness is the ultimate Destiny villain. This giant, dummy-thick entity is the sole cause of countless genocides. It is the main antagonist of the last 10 years in Destiny, the most hateable character. In universe, it is responsible for the deaths of trillions and so many beloved characters.
We still exist.
You motherfuckers! I will erase every pixel of you from this game!
Look, Pim, I think this guy's a lost cause. He's obviously made up his mind. Why don't we just cut our losses and get out of here?
Whoever designed these, I will find you!
With our team assembled, and my mind still traumatized from Encounter 4, I am placed on ad clear while the others on my team handle shapes and receiving the correct resonance buffs again. However, this time they have to shoot the witness's wrists before they go for our crotches. This may be the handjob store, but they only emerge one at a time. Bungie were promised millions of hands. This is fucking false advertising. Eventually, the mechanic people are forced to the middle platform where in order to start DPS, they have to shoot the witness's gumdrop buttons.
Not the gumdrop button!
In order to make it so mad that it makes us do the fucking cha-cha slide.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right. One hop this time. One hop. One hop.
However, despite it not being Verity, do not underestimate the shape knowledge you'll need. If you're on mechanics, you'll still need to be locked in. It is very easy to still mess up and wipe, so do not rest on your laurels.
I can't keep doing this to myself. Oh, where are we?
Did I pick the wrong hand?
Oh, we were right there, man!
If your team does this enough times, your chargers make it cringe so hard its fucking chest explodes and has to bail. Okay, who got the red exotic so I can block? And that is Salvation's Edge, a traumatic ping-pong-filled maths Shrek ripoff that dares to make you go outside and touch grass out of sheer copium for the lack of skill you truly have. As for the story, it doesn't end with the raid, as the excision mission was immediately unlocked after the raid's first completion, leaving only one.
The witness still lives. No, we end it.
Nobody makes my fate but me.
Our forces assembled, it is now time for us to take on the Inventor of Foreplay, which begins with the famed Destiny tradition of standing on plates. With the Witness's forces on us,
don't leave me here!
It is a sight to see races that were previously enemies in the game's history as now allies fighting alongside us. Even the Hive are there too, and they are sending their best.
Bro, what is the team doing, man?
Even our dear old friend, 2010's Xbox Live, made it to the fight.
Why is half the lobby just like Chinese?
Look how easy it is to be racist.
What's the haps? I hate the blacks.
That was really bad.
After plating up, we make it back to the Witness to finally face down this million-minded being.
We are the first night. We are the edge.
The remainder of the fight involves collecting surges of light gathered from cracks in the Traveler to dunk and then shoot more buttons, starting DPS. Unfortunately, I forgot I was still meant to cha-cha slide from death after going inexplicably invisible and penetrating more statues with my big sword.
Put it in me.
This leaves the Witness incredibly vulnerable to cringe, so we fucking blast it with ancient mid-2000s memes.
I'm a fire in my laser!
This finally ends the Witness after its billions of years trying to make everyone fuck statues, give out communist handjobs, and bookmarks the end of the Light and Dark saga. We lose our ghost in the process, but Cade shows up and emotionally, thematically ties together the message of Destiny, the importance of choice, by choosing to fucking kill himself.
Come.
This, however, brings our ghost back from the afterlife, and we cradle our best friend in our hands, ending with everyone happy and our guardian watching over the Traveler from the helm.
I'm not gonna lie, bro, this feels so gay.
Greetings, Guardians, my name is Hasler here. Destiny 2 The Final Shape is an ambitious, horny,
I'm gonna bust.
confusing,
It goes in the square hole.
but ultimately worthwhile experience that shows with enough time and workers' rights, game developers can shape
It's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
truly unique and wonderful creative works. Who knew that given your staff the time necessary, not laying them up by just letting them cook, that creative teams in the games industry can make emotional, engaging stories that inspire such affect, it makes Datto cry.
Let yourself feel emotions, dumbass.
I did.
Teams that make such challenging endgame content, it teaches resilience in the face of adversity. And not just the story or raids, but the active play designed by Bungie in such a way that it brings people together from all walks of life. Even on a personal level, I only reconnected with Hyper, a childhood friend from school where we never talked again after we graduated, when I needed his help a couple years ago getting a role for Chroma Rush.
Look at my boy.
Until that point, I was more often than not solo. I didn't really have an established group to speak of, but it was the way Bungie designed Destiny that encouraged me to reach out to him. If it weren't for Destiny, we most likely would have never talked again, so of course I'll always be grateful to Bungie for that. Despite the highs and lows, Destiny is a franchise that has, at this point, accomplished what Bungie set out to create 10 years ago. A massive, sprawling world that, while leaving space for solo play, ultimately encourages and champions the value of connection with others. Finding fulfillment in camaraderie, the joy of cooperative experiences and triumphing over prolonged struggles with your peers, together. And ultimately, it's a world that promotes the choices you make. It's a world where through both narrative and play, you are told to choose for yourself who you want to be, what you want to do, where you want to go. It is done on a narrative level, with the plot between our guardians and the witness, and on a ludic level too. Beyond the class system, the build crafting system that Bungie's pushed in recent years encourages you to choose how to play more than ever, especially with the new exotic class item system. Do you want to be a titan that can go invisible like a hunter? Do it. Do you want to be a hunter with synthos? Fine by us. Even beyond that, within the community, players build their own backstories for their guardians, molding their characters' destinies within the framework of the game's universe. This is common fan behavior for other games, but here it uniquely serves as reinforcement for what Bungie is trying to say in the first place. Choose for yourself. Make your own fate. And with an audience centered in the gaming sphere, where we often talk about struggles with socializing, mental health, and self-esteem, Destiny is a refreshing reminder of the importance of those choices. Choices that, for good or ill, should be made by you and you alone. Nobody should decide what happens to you. Only you. And those choices you make need not be made or felt alone. If Destiny had to be summed up in one phrase, it would be this: Guardians make their own fate, and our fates lie on the same island. Well guys, that's the end of the video. If you made it this far, I want to thank you so much for watching. This video took a long time to make, and as such its reception tells me whether I'm able to keep making this content. So if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. With that, I leave you with the last time I joined my raid team, just to check up on them. Because we're all on the same island. I'll see you around.
You have Uno, you fucking dick!
I don't have it, you fucking... I don't fucking have Uno, motherfucker!
Go to Uno on the arcade and you'll be able to download it for free, you dumb motherfucker! That's a fucking card game, they don't even charge people for it!
9, 10, or 11...
You don't know a goddamn thing, it's fucking Uno, it's free!
I don't have Uno!
It's free!
This one on YouTube.